Hey everyone, and welcome back. So, sorry about no video last week, but my schedule was pretty just like crazy and all over the place. So I do apologize for that, but luckily I do have time for a video this week, thank goodness. Also want to apologize up front, I've not eaten yet today, and my stomach is making a lot of noise. So if you hear any weird growling, most likely it's my stomach, unless there's something lurking in the shadows, or maybe it's both, who knows. But I have a lot of announcements to get to, including two independent companies that I definitely want to try and make sure I don't miss announcements that they make. I know some of you have kind of mentioned like I should keep an eye out for some of these smaller companies, and yeah, I should. You know, it's like that's kind of the point, because they're the ones that are also helping keep physical media alive and well. So first up, before I get to those, I do want to mention actually two studio ones. First up, coming from Sony, what day is that? May 21st is a Blu-ray release of the movie Thunderheart from 1992, starring Val Kilmer. That's it's actually a really good film. I haven't seen it in a long time because don't think it's really been available. No further details at the moment, but I definitely did want to mention that. And the other one, also coming from Sony, due out June 25th is a 4K release of Taxi Driver. Now, Taxi Driver was released on 4K disc in one of those previous Columbia sets, volume 3, if I remember correctly. And now finally we are getting a single release. Now it is going to be a steelbook initially. I think Sony, a lot of times they'll release something in a steelbook and then eventually release like a standard release down the line. Initially it will be a steelbook, so and it basically is a re-release of the version that was in the Columbia set. So if you already have the Columbia set with it, I mean, it's basically the same disc. It has a nice assortment of extras, you know, some of them on the 4K disc, and then the included Blu-ray, which also has the film on it, has the rest of the extras on it. So if you're a fan of Taxi Driver like I am, well, you probably already have the box set, because that was a big reason why I even bought that box set. But yeah, it's definitely worth picking up. Absolutely fantastic release. Now, moving on to, let's see, where should I go first? Let's go to Kino next, with just two announcements. No actual details just yet for both of these. I believe they're just coming probably later this year. First one is a Blu-ray release of the movie Repossessed, the comedy, for sort of the comedic takeoff on The Exorcist, starring Leslie Nielsen and Linda Blair. The only thing we do know is that it does have a new 2K transfer, and that one has been rumored, I think, for a bunch of different companies for a couple years now. So luckily, we are finally getting a release of it. So, and obviously no further details right now. And then the other one that they announced is an upcoming 4K release of Brian De Palma's Snake Eyes, starring Nicolas Cage. Well, maybe it's not top tier Brian De Palma. I think it's actually really good, and happy it is getting a 4K release. Anytime I get a Brian De Palma film in 4K, definitely reason to, for me anyway, to celebrate. And also, no further details, no release date just yet, just that it is indeed in the works. And next up, we move over to Shout Factory. So Shout Factory has two more website exclusives. They seem to be doing these more and more. They're up for pre-order right now, but I believe they're basically shipping, so if you order them. So they are two Blu-ray releases. Again, Blu-ray releases are going to be regionally locked with Shout Factory. Let's see, and I believe they both retail for $29.98, but we'll go through them. So first up is a Blu-ray release of the Roman Polanski film Death and the Maiden, starring Sigourney Weaver and Ben Kingsley. Retails for $29.98. It's limited to 1,620 copies. Doesn't look like it has any special features. Basically, all it lists here is just that it's in 2.0 stereo. But yeah, so that is, again, a Shout Factory website exclusive, and they only ship to US and Canada. Unfortunately, they do not ship internationally. And I believe that was my stomach. And then the other Blu-ray exclusive is of the movie The Getaway, starring Alec Baldwin and Kim Basinger, and that is limited to 2,010 copies, also retailing for $29.98. And this one actually does have a couple of extras, so it is going to be the unrated version of the film. We'll have 5.1 surround and a 2.0 stereo track. It does actually have two new extras. So first up, interviews with author, screenwriter C. Courtney Joyner and composer Mark Isham, as well as a new audio commentary track with film critic and writer Travis Woods. Plus, it looks like it ports over some previous extras, including behind-the-scenes featurette, a making-of featurette, an interview with Alec Baldwin, an interview with Kim Basinger, and the theatrical trailer. And again, that is Region A locked, and because it is a Shop Factory website exclusive, again, they only ship to the US and Canada, but those are up for order right now. So now we move over to two of the more independent companies. So first up, let's do Massacre Video first. And they have 4 new titles. I believe these are all more or less coming out in May. I believe these are being pressed now, and then once they're ready, I think they'll just turn around and ship them out. Let's just say May for now. So the first 3 are Blu-ray only releases. First up is a Blu-ray release of the movie Venus Flytrap. It was a shot on video film, and they were able to do a brand new transfer from all the original video elements. Up for pre-order right now at the Massacre Video website for $27.99. So this release, I don't believe is limited, but I think like Vinegar Syndrome, the slipcover version is limited to 2,000. And outside of the new transfer, it does have an audio commentary with producer Kevin M. Glover and actor Stephen Malis, video interviews with producer Kevin Glover and actor Stephen Malis, as well as trailers for other Massacre Video releases. Next up is a Blu-ray double feature retail up for a pre-order for $27.99, and that comes with the films Snuff Business and Belzebu. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that. But they're 2 films from Spanish filmmaker Sergio Blasco. Both of them presented fully uncut with new HD remasters. And again, same thing, the slipcover version is limited to 2,000, but I believe there will be a standard retail version. But it does have making of Snuff Business, making of Belzebu. Again, so sorry about the mispronunciation. The original trailer, behind-the-scenes stills, and trailers for other Massacre Video releases. Next one is a Blu-ray release, also up for pre-order for $27.99, of Anthropophagus 2000, which is a remake of Anthropophagus. I believe it's a remake or a sequel. I think it's a remake, right? Yeah, remake of Joe D'Amato's film. Presented fully uncut with a new HD transfer. And it does have Becoming the Maneater, an interview with Andreas Schnauz, the director. Rare deleted scenes, an image gallery including stills, original storyboards, and more, plus trailers for other Massacre Video releases. Pretty sure I haven't seen, obviously I've seen the original Anthropophagus, but I've not seen this one. So if you guys seen it, let me know. Well, actually, if you've seen any of these that I haven't, because I don't think I've seen any of these, definitely let me know what you think. And then finally, from Massacre Video, up for pre-order right now for $34.99, is a 4K release of the movie The Final Storm. Uwe Boll film, right? Yeah, Uwe Boll film. Now this one, I don't have any details as far as extras or anything like that go, but it does say that the slipcase is limited to 3,000 units copies on this one. But yeah, so that's Massacre Video. Massacre Video, they really put out good stuff. I have a lot of their releases, and they definitely go out of their way to try and present stuff as best as possible. So yeah, so that's Massacre Video. And again, I believe all these, as soon as they arrive, they're being replicated now, and I believe as soon as they arrive, they start shipping them out. But again, I'm going to just loosely say May. And then finally, we get to TerrorVision with a couple of new releases from them, a couple Blu-rays, and I believe this is their first 4K release. So I'm going to do the 4K one last. See, first up from them is a Blu-ray release of the movie An Old Kung Fu Master, from 1981, up for pre-order right now for $26.99 from the TerrorVision website. And as far as the transfer to this film goes, it does say that this was saved from the brink of extinction from a badly battered print found in a warehouse in Hong Kong. TerrorVision was able to scan, repair, and color correct this severely damaged film in order to bring it to HD for the very first time in the world. So thank goodness, this is one of those cases where it's scary to think how close some of these films can literally come from almost just disappearing completely. Because sometimes people forget, especially for older films, not always, the elements were not always stored like they should be. especially for like small, like independent films and stuff like that, you know. So I'll take a beat up print, you know, if that's what this is, just so I can see the film, you know. So thank goodness they were able to save it. So this will be a region-free Blu-ray. It was runs 87 minutes as 2.0 audio. And it does have Fists of Beauty, the cinematic history of Cecilia Wong by Sean Williams of Someone's Favorite Productions, and newly created subtitles. So thank goodness they were able to save the film. So next up is a Blu-ray release of the 1968 film Satanic with a K, a Spanish-Italian co-production. And this is actually going to have both the Italian audio as well as an English dub track. Has a new 2K transfer from the original 35mm camera negative. Now this one will be Region A locked though. Just a heads up on that. Up for pre-order right now at the TerraVision website for $26.99. I don't think I said that. Also has a commentary track with Eugenio Ercolani, Troy Howarth, and Nathaniel Thompson. Interview with Piero Vivarelli, interview with Patrizia Rosso, as well as a visual essay, Black Fumetti by Eugenio Ercolani, visual essay, layer by layer, by Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, as well as the complete original soundtrack and newly created subtitles. So that's cool that they're giving that one a Blu-ray release. Next up, another Blu-ray release. This one also up for pre-order for $26.99. I think it's a region free also, right? Yeah, region free, and this is of the documentary Papadopoulos, which you don't know, it's actually a documentary on Jim Wynorski. So if I remember correctly, it covers part of his career, but I think a chunk of it is also behind the scenes of him making one of his, what's the name of the film again? Witches of Breastwick. So yeah, it's a really good documentary. I saw it many, many years ago. But yeah, it's getting a Blu-ray release, and it's got a ton of extras on here, including, because let's see, the running time is 75 minutes, but this has a 3-hour work print of the documentary. Like, wow. And also actually does have a new restoration of Witches of Breastwick, so you actually get the film that they're making included. So it's a commentary by Clay Westerwelt, Brooks Larson, and Lee Sanders. Commentary with Monique Parent and Antonia Dorian. Visual essay, Restore the Wynorski Skiniverse by Someone's Favorite Productions. A new interview with Jim Wynorski. New interview with Clay Westerwelt. New interview with Monique Parent. Still and poster gallery. Interview with Gigi Ernetta. Interview with Paul Kufis on the Lost Empire. Teresa Wynorski deleted scene. The House of Julie Strain, Egyptian premiere with Q&A, Jim on Screamers, Jim on Deathstalker 2, Jim on Chopping Mall, Jim on Breaking into Hollywood, and Jim on Movie Budgets, Killbot Jr., Monique Parent commercial reel, Papadopoulos promo trailer, and newly created subtitles. So this is quite a release. And again, I saw it a long time ago, but I remember it actually really, really is good. And Jim Wynorski, who I met, really nice guy, but on set he can be a little strict, you know. But directing any kind of film can definitely be stressful. So yeah. And then finally, a big title from them. I'm pretty sure this is their first 4K release, if I'm not mistaken. And it is indeed a new 4K with a Blu-ray release of the Nail Gun Massacre. Now, some of you may remember, I think it was a Blu-ray release many years ago by Code Red, I think. Which, as I mentioned before, if you didn't know about Code Red releases, you probably didn't even know any of their library ever got released. So you had to kind of almost be in the know. So I'm glad this is actually getting a much bigger release, and indeed in 4K. Up for pre-order right now, again at the TerraVision website for $32.99. Now the 4K will be region free, as most 4K releases are, but the included Blu-ray will be region A locked. So just a heads up on that. This new transfer is coming from several different elements. I don't know if any of them are actually even from their negative. Negative may not even exist anymore. So they just kind of took as all the best elements that they could find of all different kinds to do this restoration. And thank goodness, because, you know, this, who knows, another couple of years, even this film could be disappearing. As it says here, it took them 6 months to do this restoration. So good on them for doing this. And it comes with a lot of extras. So it's actually going to be 2 presentations of the film. One is the 4K restoration that they did, and it's also going to include an archival restoration of Nail Gun Massacre. I don't know if that's similar to what was on the Code Red release or not. But also has a new commentary by The Hysteria Continues, a new commentary by Will Dotson and Ryan Verrill of Someone's Favorite Productions, archival commentary by Lord Cryer, a new audio interview with actress Connie Spear, a new interview with actress Michelle Meyer, new interview with actor Rocky Patterson, new interview with Kit Connolly, a new interview with Lloyd Cryer, interview with writer-director and stuntman Terry Lofton, interview with the composer Whitey Thomas, new visual essay by Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, Rewind Zone with Yasmina Katita, courtesy of Rue Morgue TV, Elmo Drafthouse screening with a Q&A, location featurette, Nailed, an archival making of, Nail Gun Q&A hosted by Joe Bob Briggs, outtakes and bloopers, a promotional trailer, and newly created subtitles. And that is definitely a very cool one from them. And again, I'm pretty sure this is their first 4K release, so it's nice that they're actually doing something like this to kind of get out there, or to get back out there, because again, I'm pretty sure the old one's been out of print for a very long time. And if you want to get all 4 films, there actually is a bundle option at the TerrorVision website for order for $98. And again, you get an old Kung Fu Master, Papadopoulos, Satanic, and the 4K of the Nail Gun Massacre. So that's also a good option as well. And that's it for the TerrorVision title. So I definitely need to keep a better eye out for some of these more independent companies. I know sometimes stuff gets announced and like I'll see it, but sometimes I'll forget to like put in a video. So definitely want to be better at that. So as of this recording, that's kind of more or less it, unless something gets announced, after I'm done with this video, which has happened many times before, in which case I'll cover it in the next one. But the thing is, next week, of course, from this recording, is the last Friday of the month, which means we should be getting the Arrow announcements for July, right? Are we up to July? Or whatever month we're at with the Arrow stuff. So yeah, those announcements should be coming in. So it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for this summer. So that's it for this one. If you have any questions, try and let me know. Again, some of these don't have too many details, but I'll see what I can find out. Definitely let me know your thoughts on these announcements, if you plan on ordering any of them. And of course, as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.